Glad to be here. Always love being here.
We
Every
always
time
love having you
I would
here.
tune in if I didn't get better and learn more. So
Good,
that's why I keep
good,
coming
good,
back
good, good, good. We love it.
for all the newbies. Yeah,
We love it.
right on. As you know, I've been working on my insight for the last while.
Yep.
Been testing things, trying different things. One of the friction points seems to be is when I get into my insight, they usually cut me off somewhere in the middle. And
Mm-hmm.
I notice like a lot of your insights, that insight part is really long actually for someone that might not know you, might not know anything about your company. How do you maintain that attention all the way through? Like sometimes your insights are a minute long.
Yeah, how I maintain the attention is I don't have anything salesy in the insight. And I have it be here's what's going on, right? That I wanted to give you a heads up on. And I make sure that I'm able to get how are you dealing with that out there. You can shorten it up, but what I don't want you to do is have the insight be like, hey, a lot of companies don't realize they could save money with changing up some stuff on their rental contract equipment. How are you dealing with that, right? It's things like, hey, there's regulations coming out on batteries. There's certain companies that are, have gone out of business or about to go out of business. How are you guys dealing with that as you look at the products that you're having in your inventory and having to decide which ones that you actually purchase and make a commitment to that company in hopes that they'll be able to service that unit and not run that unit, what do they call that? Not decommissioned, I can't remember, canceled, I don't know, whatever that was. You know that stuff. Discontinued, and then figuring out which ones that you just want to basically go in there and use that and not make a commitment on. This is where you got to have your insight be something where in their head they're starting to visualize their own business. Don't have it be a sales pitch.
Okay. Yeah, and your advice to me was last time I asked about this was to go have meetings with guys that are and try to figure out what the pain points are because I've
Yeah,
gone back and forth and wasn't able to really dial it down. So that's something I still have on my radar.
good.
And I'm
And
working
just
towards.
one other thing, because I've seen people make this mistake. They'll be like, I've got a great insight, right? And it will be, let's say, David's team at RoofMax, where they're looking for dealers for their incredible company to, come on and do RoofMax roofs, right? Extend the life of that roof. And they'll be like, the insight is interest rates on XYZ are going to go up. It's like, I'm David's company. They're super skillful. They would never do this. I'm just trying to give an example of like, I don't want the insight to be something that is totally not related to what you do, because I don't want you to just get credibility by being like, hey, I let you know about the general gossip in the industry, and now do you want to talk about snow removal attachments, right? It should be around things like workers' comp claims, lawsuits in snow, the fact that snow is going to be worse this year, the fact that 3 of the derivations of salt have now been, the EPA has now said you cannot use that salt anymore. How are you dealing with that, right? One of the things that, the reason why I bring that up is a lot of people sit there and go, I got to find a new salt company. I got to figure out this. We got, to figure out our workers' comp. And God forbid, I hope Joe doesn't quit because he's the only one with the back strong enough to shovel. A lot of companies don't realize they've got ATVs already doing things, and it's as really as simple as just getting a very small little attachment that does the snow removal. You don't need salt. You don't need to shovel. Your likelihood of a workers' comp claim goes down exponentially. Does it make sense for me to shoot over some stuff on there, right? It's just, it's a different way of arriving at, in your case, a snow removal attachment versus, I think that's what you were doing, versus just giving them a unrelated insight and then going, yeah, can we talk about my stuff now? It's got to weave into it. It's got to slowly jump into it.
Yeah, for the record, the snow removal attachments, any other products that we have sold, I've dialed that insight in like within a couple weeks.
Perfect.
But the equipment rentals, that's been a solid 2 months.
I think where you're at with rentals has to be with what's going on with one right now, tariffs, supply, cash flow, the markets. By the way, most of the people you're reaching out to are also business owners. They just lost like 9% of their net worth because it's not sitting in their mattress, right? It's sitting in the S&P or something, right? How are you guys dealing with the fact that interest rates have not come down and capital expenditure with everything that's gone on with the reductions in the market, not a great time to be pulling things out of any of your war chest of, stored funding, because typically most business owners, that funding was attached to the market, which just dropped a significant percentage over the last couple of weeks. How are you dealing with that, right? Oh man, it's a real problem, but I'm hoping interest rates were going down. Reason why I bring that up is whether they go down or not, there's a way for you to basically keep all of your money sitting where it is to where you can ride out these downs. You don't have to worry about interest rates. And essentially, we can take as long as you need off from buying equipment and getting you in a position where you can rent. I don't know, I'm just making stuff up here, but that's the kind of stuff that gets them excited, right? But if you just go, I want to talk to you about renting equipment, they're like, I don't have any money for renting equipment. I just lost all my money, right? And the interest rates are so expensive right now. And it's like, that's actually the person that's telling you they're not interested is actually the best fit for what you want. They just haven't, they're not where you're at in the process. This is where we got to slow down and connect the dots. If you like this video, I got you. I'm going to hook you up. Click the link in my bio. I'm going to give you the closing mini masterclass. It's normally $300. I'm going to pay for everything. You're going to close a lot more business. You're going to make a lot more money. You're going to have a lot more fun. And you're going to be like, Matt Easton changed my life. And I'm going to be like, yes, I did. Did we just become best friends? And you're going to say, yes, we did. And then you and I are going to be best friends and it'll be great. So click the link in my bio so we can be friends and you can close more business and I'll cover all the cost. See you there.